What's going on, guys? Kaiger here, doing Berserker cheat sheets for PvP and PvE. Stay tuned to find out why I made all the choices. Let's get into it.
반드시 돌아오게 하겠어.
더 이상 하수인만으로 남지 않아. 이제부턴 나를 위하여 오로지 나만 깨어있을 뿐.
멈춰.
모두들
절대.
후회? 하, 네가 누구랑 얘기하는 줄은 아는 거야?
Alright guys, so starting off on PvP, let me make sure you can see that all just fine. Looks good. So we'll start off on the top left, work our way around, and then when we do PvE, we'll go the opposite way. So PvP, uppercut, I like it a lot. You can use it as an initiation, jump in there, or you can use it as a getaway tool. It also heals if you hit someone. Soul Blast is probably the best skill for all swordsmen. Doesn't matter if you're Berserker or Gladiator. PvP, it's a knockup. It also is minus 30% block and defense. This is 30% total, so if they're at 200%, they're losing 60%. I hope that makes sense. Flash and Flash Slash. Flash is kind of like what the class wants to do. It does a dash forward, and if it kills someone, it does a full reset. This is only for PvP. For PvE, it's a half reset. We'll talk about that. But this is what the class wants to do. You want to make sure you're doing this. This is very good if you can set this up for something like... it's going to be tough to set it up for Top League because of the HP bonus. But something like Crystal Battlefield or Uncharted Battlefield, you can do some good stuff with with your team if you're setting up to get the Soul Blast Flash kill. Flash Slash, this can be used as an escape tool. Also, get in, get out. You dash forward. If you hit someone, then you can do the Flash Slash, which is a second dash that does more damage. What I think is funny is you have 2, 3, 4 dashes and a knockup. So you can easily dash, dash, dash. Well, you dash in, Soul Blast, use 2 dashes for more damage, and then you use your last dash to get out. Or if there's something like a ranger or whatnot, you can do dash in, knock up, 1 more dash for extra damage, and double dash out of there. As far as subclass, Priest obviously buffs it, lets it do more damage. Wind Chaser, more maneuverability, and Mechanician. Because Berserker, you really want to stay in it, because if you're hitting people under 50%, it gives you rage, and then once you're at enough rage, you lose defense to get attack, and you need to stay in Berserk to keep that rage going. So Mechanician just lets you do a set it and forget it type of situation. Most wanted stats, damage increase, adventure increase, break and block. Spirit Cat is probably what you're going to really go towards most of the time, but Capybara is just fine for single target. Down here, Will's Slaughter, Rigidity, Soul Hunt. Soul Hunt, just because we're trying to do a combo kill, and the Soul Blast knockup will trigger Soul Hunt. Then we do all of our dashes, get them under 60%, Slaughter triggers, and then Slaughter triggers getting them really, really low, and that's where Flash tries to get the kill. Rigidity, we are really squishy. God Bless isn't really going to do it for us because we're a get in, get out type of class. and that's where rigidity really shines. These top three right here are all about single target, and then these two down here are doing our cooldowns. Both of these are going to give damage increase to Flash and Soul Blast. Crystals, Block, Tenacity, Break, and for our fairies we are going Wind. Generally, for the longest time, Berserker's been doing the most with Earth, especially when Bird of Paradise came out, because they turned defense into attack, and then Birds of Paradise and Tulip both gave you the stats across the board for both of them. Tulip, especially when you do the swap, does like a conversion defense into attack, and then Berserker does their rage defense into attack. So it's a lot of extra attack. You're easily hitting 1 mil attack, and then Earth does do good damage, but Wind is just doing good combos. So obviously we have 2 forms of knockup to allow you to hit Eins much easier. Almond Blossom giving us that kind of ignore debuff coming in, just like Spirit Cat does, as well as giving us that dodge mechanic, because we are naturally squishier than most just because of how the class works. So between rigidity and the dodge mechanic and our 3 dodges, hopefully we'll stay alive. Damage increase, and you can do fun things with Tranquil Bloomflower, double Soul Blast, double Uppercut if you need the healing, things like that. Really fun. Now in PvE, Fire is still king in PvE. Winter Cherry giving them fire weakness, Shaltair increasing damage dealt as well as bonus damage on hit. So if you can do multi-hits like Flash Slash, which does 2 attacks, that can trigger really well. Attack bonus, attack crit break, all attack focused stats. Treasures, gold and purple don't really work in PvE, so we're doing the PvE ones that work. Mantra, fierce attack. This is Mantra is always going to be your go-to. Fierce attack is generally the go-to. The only time you would change this is if you're doing something like Fire Elemental Lord, where it does lose HP. Then Slaughter is fine, but in general, Mantra, fierce attack is a go-to. Sprouted Flower, you want at least 3 on your 3 sets to get the full effect, and then your rotations are still fine. 4 is ideal because it gets a lot comfier on your rotations. You're not wasting damage on some abilities. Otter is the best for PvE, stacks damage, and then it can stack up to 4 times. Flame Dragon, if you're not at level 4 Forest yet. Most wanted stats. Boss increase, damage increase, break. You can also get crit if you really want to. Doesn't generally matter. We have fire, it's fine. Priest, giving us attack and crit bonus. Dragon Fighter, just more damage output. Armor, more damage output. And then Berserker really struggles here because their main thing with Flash doesn't really work in PvE because it only does a half reset on PvE kill. But Soul Blast, it doesn't do the knockup because it only knocks up PvP, but it does do the minus 30% defense and block. Flash Slash is 2 hits, so Shaltair triggers, and Crosscut hits twice, combo hit hits 3 times, allowing you to get a bunch of triggers off of Shaltair, and that's kind of what you want to be doing is minus defense and block, trigger, and that's it, guys. Let me know what you think down below. Till next time.